Prologue. Swan. Why in the hell hadn't I just listened to Wasp? I should have known his premonition wasn't just paranoia. He wasn't like that. The man was as cool under pressure as anyone I'd ever known. He'd sworn to me something would go terribly wrong if I insisted on offering myself as bait in order to catch the serial killer who had taken 4 lives in a matter of months within the small Adirondack State Park region. While he and I had trained with different branches of the military in different countries, we'd both learned that listening to our gut, our instincts, was paramount to survival. I'd been so hell-bent on what I wanted to do, felt like I needed to do, that I ignored him every time he'd tried to tell me not to go through with it. If I'd been honest, I would have admitted mine was saying the same thing. Instead, I'd been stubborn, intransigent, and refused to listen to myself or to him. And now, I'd gotten what I wanted. The kidnapper took the bait, all right. Except, rather than abducting me, they'd taken him, my beloved Wasp, who'd only wanted for my safety, only asked that I heed his concerns. When I told him it was my life and my decision, he'd begged me to reconsider. Instead, he was the one forced to suffer the consequences of something he'd never wanted to be a part of. I had to find him, had to save him, even if it meant dying myself so he could live.
8 years ago. I hated TDYs, temporary duty travel. Most people loved them. They traveled on the Air Force's dime, visited new places, went out to eat, and partied into the wee hours. Not me, especially since I was a second lieutenant, aka LT, Gopher, Squadron Bitch. For 6 weeks I was stuck at Royal Air Force Lakenheath, an hour north of London, where another lieutenant and I were expected to do every bit of grunt work for this particular mission training. That, along with a bunch of other stuff that wasn't necessary. And the partying into the wee hours? The nightly ritual took place in the hospitality suite, also known as the room the other lieutenant and I shared. He and I were expected to have a wide variety of food and alcoholic beverages on hand at all times. If we ran out, 2 things would happen. First, there would be an equally wide assortment of punishments meted out after we returned from whatever late-night market sold what the rest of the squadron wanted. Or if nothing was open, we'd be expected to get room service, all of which would eat up every penny of our per diem. To top it off, I was expected to go out for dinner with my squadron, where no matter what I ordered, even if I didn't drink because I was designated driver, I was still required to participate in the combat split, which meant whether I ate or not, the dinner tab was divided equally. Last night, though, was even worse, when instead of the combat split, our mission commander decided we'd play credit card roulette. Whose card was picked? Mine, of course. What did that meal cost me? With 15 pilots ordering the most expensive things on the menu and several rounds of top-shelf scotch, the bill came to 3 times as much as my rent back home. As a trade-off, I was promised great flying. In the 2 weeks since we'd arrived, the weather had been so bad there wasn't any good flying, let alone great.